I just failed my fast. So, before I get into what happened, let's jump back to 74 hours previously. Hello, my name is Melissa, and today is the first day of my 7-day water fast. So I'm here on my lunch break with my last meal for the next 7 days. So I got some leftovers, some broccoli. So normally I eat lunch and dinner because I intermittent fast, and I was actually really excited to start my 7-day water fast right now and not have lunch, but I had a bunch of leftovers from the weekend and I hate food waste. So this is going to be my last meal for the next 7 days. I'm really excited. So I've been interested in long fasting for a while now. I've been watching a lot of videos on it and trying to see the potential benefits like autophagy, mental clarity, and I hear all these great things. So I'm excited to see what happens over the next 7 days. And last night I finally made the decision to take the plunge, and the second I did, honestly, I felt so good. Over the past couple of weeks, I've just been feeling bloated and unmotivated, and it's all around kind of unhappy. But yesterday, when I finally decided to myself that I'm going to start a water fast, there was just this instant moment of just clarity, peace. And it's kind of hard to describe. I just felt like I finally had control. So yeah, gonna get down this last meal and check back in to see how it goes. Hello! I am officially 28 hours into my water-only fast, and so far I'm feeling pretty good. I noticed that last night was the first night that I fell asleep during my fast, and while initially I slept pretty well, I woke up at about 2 a.m. and had so much trouble falling back asleep. So it took me over an hour to get back to sleep just because I think my blood sugar was getting pretty low at that time. So today I was feeling a little fatigued, so I'm not sure if that's to do with the fast or more because I didn't sleep well last night, which was also because of the fast. So far, the hardest part was today at around noon because that's normally when I eat lunch. And so I definitely noticed my hunger hormones going up around that time. But I was able to power through, and then between my lunchtime and my dinner time, my hungers subsided to the point where I actually didn't really notice it too much. So starting this fast, I weighed at about 140 pounds with 30% body fat, and I weighed myself about 16 hours into my fast, and I actually had already lost about 1.5 pounds, which was crazy to me. And then the wildest part is from when I weighed myself this morning to this afternoon, I'd actually lost a little bit over another pound just from just going about my day. And while I know that this is almost certainly water weight, it's still crazy to see such a stark difference within even just one day. I was able to get in a workout yesterday, and another one of the biggest changes I've noticed so far is that my muscles are feeling a lot more sore after my workout. So I'm a really big weightlifter. I kind of noticed a few years ago that whenever I didn't eat as much protein in the day, my muscles would often feel way more sore after a weightlifting session than if I had eaten my normal amount of protein, which is around 80 to 100 grams. So one of the reasons that I was so hesitant to start a multi-day fast was actually because I was scared of muscle loss. And everyone says that, if you don't hit this magical number of protein, all of your gains will go away. So that's why I was a little hesitant to start this fast. But from what I've been reading, muscle tends to be one of the last things to go when you're in a fast. So your body really wants to preserve the muscle tissue that you have, especially if you continue to weightlift during your fast. So I'm gonna head out to do another weightlifting session right after this, and hoping it goes well. It is now a little over 50 hours into the 7-day water fast, and I feel kind of terrible. So I'd always heard that day 2 is the worst, and when you start to feel the most fatigued, which I definitely am right now. I'm pretty sure I'm in the keto flu phase. So I noticed yesterday that my stomach has been growling like crazy, and I'm just really, really cold, even though it's about 80 degrees where I live. So many times today, I've just been really tempted to quit and just go eat something. But even though they say the second day is the worst, the third day is supposedly when it starts to get better and your body is supposed to fully adapt to ketosis and your hunger pains are supposed to go away. So I'm holding out that hopefully sometime tomorrow I'll start to feel a little bit better. I've been drinking a lot of electrolyte and salt water, which you can see from my bottle down there, which has definitely helped. But yeah, my brain has been a little foggy all day. All I wanted to do is sleep, which, by the way, I've been experiencing insomnia for the past 2 days. So last night I woke up at midnight and had trouble falling back asleep. Then it happened again at 4 a.m. So I'm just overall not feeling the greatest. I kind of feel a little bit like the day after a COVID vaccine, when you just feel terrible and you have chills, and yeah, it's a little bit what this reminds me of. So I'm about to go on a walk right now because I heard that walking and keeping yourself busy are some of the best ways to make it through the hard times of a fast. So I'm gonna go do that and see if I can make it until tomorrow. One other thing I've noticed is that since last night, I've been peeing like crazy. My hands have also been really sweaty, so I guess that's just another side effect of all of this. I'm hoping that it means that I'm entering ketosis. But yeah, so that's been interesting. So waking up on the third day of my fast, I'd actually felt amazing. I was feeling 1,000 times better than I had the day before when I was deep in the keto flu. So I mentioned that on day 2, I was feeling fatigued, I had chills, I was sweating, I was peeing like crazy. But waking up this morning, I felt like I had finally entered true ketosis. My energy levels were almost back to normal, my cognition was clear, and my hunger pains had subsided to like a pretty gentle hum. When I weighed myself this morning, I was down 5 pounds since when I started this fast, and I was ready to keep pushing till the end. But then I got home. From what I've heard, one of the hardest parts about fasting is denying social eating. So much of our lives and our social lives are revolved around going out to lunch, having dinner with friends, or just a family meal, And so that was really hard to deprive myself of. But today, when I got home, I was just faced with temptation left and right. My dad walked in with this warm rotisserie chicken. My mom came in from the other side with this big bowl of dark red cherries, and it all looked so good, and I was so hungry, and before I knew it, I had broken my fast. After the deed was done, I was feeling a lot of mixed emotions. One of the foremost ones I was feeling was disappointment in myself. Like I had failed to complete something that I set my mind to do. But this was also mixed with just the pure relief and elation of having finally eaten. That was amazing. Even though I failed to complete the 7-day water fast, I'm still really proud of myself for having accomplished as much as I did. Going into this challenge kind of felt like attempting to run a marathon for the first time with zero training. Even though I only made it 74 hours into the fast, I'm still proud of myself for having lasted that long, when previously I had never even gone a full day without eating food. These past 74 hours, I learned more about my body than I ever have. I learned that I don't need to eat nearly as much as I think that I do. I learned the benefits of electrolytes during a fast, and I learned that I am capable of doing hard things, which was one of the biggest reasons why I started this challenge in the first place. In the future, I'm definitely going to try fasting again. Other than the day 2 where I felt like garbage, I actually kind of enjoyed the process. It was fun to see how far I could push my body and the limits that I could go to. And in the future, I feel much more prepared to try and tackle a 7-day or even longer water fast. So, even though I easily and was a little tempted to just delete the footage from my first 3 days of the fast and pretended like this whole experiment never happened, the reason why I'm putting this video out there is for anybody who has ever failed a fast to know that they are not alone, that it's going to be okay, and that you can always try again. What was your fasting journey like? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.